Hey everybody, how are you guys? I hope you're having a great weekend. I just wanted to do a quick video so I can show you our new coaches binders. I spent some time over at the Kenwood location this past week, and we talked about a lot of different things that would help us to streamline and make things go a little bit smoother for you during the week. So, one thing in particular that we talked about was making sure that our coaches were sticking with an activity as opposed to a group. I know this is kind of confusing because we typically have you as an alligator coach, a bobcat coach, or a cheetah coach, but now we are going to kind of assign you to just a task or an activity. So we'll look real quick into the binders, and I'll give a shout out to Cheyenne because she actually jumped in and started making the binders on Friday and started that out. So thank you very much. I love when you guys take initiative and jump right in and into something that will make everything better for everybody. So if you see, we have the new smaller blue binders for each of you. Each one has your name on it. And as we go through, I'm going to show you everything that we have in each binder. First, when you open it up, right here is your LIT schedule for the week. Typically, we have, I believe, Sophie, Chase, Logan, Ruby, Ethan, Kemper, and I believe that's it coming in, and they are scheduled on different days. So we have those guys logged in there, and you'll also find this particular schedule up on the bulletin board in our command central now. So the next thing that you have are these little dots. And you probably are saying, like, what are we doing with those? But we talked about some confusion and avoiding arguments of kids and all that kind of stuff. So as they come in, have them find their seat for the day, and then we can take one of these spots, put their name on it, and just put it right by the chair or on the table. I know that they probably will come off when they are being cleaned, but we'll be okay. We'll just keep buying some more until we find a better system. Next, you will find your schedule. This is the weekly schedule, and it has all the activities with the group that you are going to be kind of head on. I know that I said that you're going to be sticking with an activity, but we also have to have coaches kind of assigned to what alligator, bobcat, and cheetah group we have. So we also, just real quick, I want to make sure you guys know, for those of you who weren't here last week, we divided our alligators up into two groups. Sam and I took some time and put together the group specifically so that we can avoid some of the problem kids together. So we have alligator 1 and alligator 2, bobcats and cheetahs. So here in Coach Cheyenne's binder, she will be coaching or kind of sticking with the alligators 1 and 2 and the bobcats this week. So you'll have both of those schedules in there, or just the one that you need to know. Now, your binders are set up exactly the same. So your tabs on the side are exactly what everybody else is seeing also. So we're going to go through that very quickly. Your first tab is announcements, and there are morning announcements and afternoon announcements. On this sheet, I've already, for this week, so that you guys can get used to it, I went ahead and put what coach you were and your name. I highlighted the days that you are scheduled at that group or what you're doing. So if you see, the first thing is you check the days that you work this week. Cheyenne is working in the morning on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and she will be working Monday and Wednesday in the afternoon. So here's her morning announcement sheet and her afternoon announcement sheet. Okay, so to quickly kind of go through this, the first thing it says is, coaches, please check each box each day. Fill it out and hand it back in with your completed cleaning checklist, and your name will go into a drawing for the Fantastic Coach Award on Friday. So, Fantastic Coach Award. One of the things that we really want to do is start building culture here, building that positive culture. I know that it gets frustrating when the kids are arguing or they're just kind of bickering back and forth. You're constantly having to tell them to get in line or stop talking when you're talking. And I feel like one of the biggest things we can do to make our jobs easier and make it a really, really good positive place for the kids is to build culture. And these announcement sheets will do that for you. They're going to build that culture. So it goes through exactly what you need to do. So when you get in the morning, you're going to go over your morning greeting announcements. Make it exciting. Make it fun. Hey guys, I'm super excited to see you today. Today is Monday, and we have so much fun planned for you. We have the theme of Arabian Days. We're going to go into the desert and discover all kinds of desert animals. We will fly on magic carpets, and we'll make it a whole lot of fun for you. Remember that our snack of the week this week is cookies. You buy one, get one free. If you like cookies, this is the week for you. And we will also go over any kind of field trip or any activity that we have going. So as you'll see, as you come in the morning, you do your good morning with enthusiasm. You go over the rules. We talk about having the best week ever. Then you will take attendance. Attendance by name is very important. Counting heads is a little bit crazy. So when we take attendance by name, we build that culture that we want them to be there. Hey, my friend Ian, is he here today? Awesome. Say yes, ma'am. And then we can build that culture that we're excited to see the kids and they can be excited to be here. Next, you go over what Wacky Wednesday is, because Wacky Wednesday, if they dress up, their name will go into a drawing for a free prize out of the prize box. Wah! So get them super excited about dressing up and having fun. We had a couple kids dress up as bugs last week. I think Reagan dressed up as a ladybug, and Rebecca had some butterfly wings on. So their name will go into the hat, and they will get a prize this week out of the prize box. So we want to make that a big deal. We want to make that really fun for them. So the next thing is your transition announcements. I know I've said this before, but after every activity, there is a 15-minute transition time. I want you to slow things down. Take that 15 minutes. Make sure that you're going over the rules. This is bathroom time. This is water break time. This is when they will transition to the next activity, but they put their things away, get their belt on, put anything in their cubby that they need to put in, and go to the restroom and get a drink. So new restroom rules, because we have some kids in there kind of making a mess, and it really creates a harder job for you guys and the LITs when you're cleaning. So we're going to line them up. Then they go to the restroom with a coach or an LIT. One person goes in at a time. Then the coach or LIT checks the restroom, looks in. Hey, little Jimmy, you might want to wipe off the toilet there. I think you made a little bit of mess. Thank you so much. Go ahead and flush the toilet, wash your hands. You're awesome. Thank you. And then let the next person go in. That way we are catching if things are being done, letting them run to the restroom constantly throughout the activities. It disrupts the activity. It makes things, you never know what they're doing in there, right? They're playing in the water, or they're, peeling the paint off the wall. So, or they're calling their mom on their watch. So those are things that we really need to be aware of so that we can make sure that we have better control of them and our eyes are on them. So going over the announcements during transition, potty breaks during transition, water breaks during transition, and making sure that they sit down and you go over the rules every transition. When a coach is talking, you are not. Safety first. Have fun. All right, guys, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to go into indoor sport. We've got an awesome fun game for you to play. So when you do those things, it keeps the culture going, and they will start acting like it. And it's the old adage, train a child in the way they should go. So the last thing is the end of the day tasks. So completed cleaning checklist. You will have your cleaning checklist in there for what you need to clean. Encourage the LITs and thank them for their help. They work really hard, guys. They spend a lot of time cleaning up after kids, running kids around. They work really hard for their age. So make sure you thank them and give them a high five and tell them that you appreciate them. Debrief the afternoon coach. So if you're the morning coach, you will then debrief your afternoon coach. Let them know some things that are going on. Not always the, oh gosh, blah blah kid is being horrible, I've had a horrible day. But maybe say some things like, man, I really was proud of Wesley today. He raised his hand before he talked. Maybe say, Kamani really helped somebody out. Make sure that you're debriefing your afternoon coach on good things as well as the things that they need to look out for. Gave the afternoon coach your walkie. Hey, here's my walkie. You take that. Gave the afternoon coach the binder. Actually, they'll pick up their binder now, so we'll change that one. And debrief with your director. Make sure you stop in and talk to Samantha or whoever is directing at that point. Sometimes Jess is here, sometimes Heather, sometimes I'll be here. So just letting us know any little things that you need to take care of, and then clock out and have a great rest of your day. So if you see on this, I'm going to try and hold it up closer. It has these little circles right here. So if you see, Cheyenne is the afternoon coach on Monday and Wednesday. So she'll only check the Monday and Wednesday box. The Monday and Wednesday box. Please don't check these boxes if you've not done it. It defeats the purpose of us working together as a team and really working hard to make sure that these kids have a great time. I know that when you were a kid, you knew whether or not somebody was wanting to be there and have a good time with you or not. So make sure that you work really hard for that. So going into attendance, which is your next tab here in your binder, right here. And you flip over to your attendance and you will have the sheet or sheets that you need. So here's Coach Cheyenne, week 5. She is AM and PM on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Thursday, Friday, she's only PM for the alligator group. And then on Thursday and Friday in the morning, she's going to be in charge of the Bobcat group. Now, when I say in charge, when we go into snack, when we go into lunch, when we go into downtime, when we go into our afternoon snack, those are the times that the coach is going to be with the group that they're assigned to. Because those are the times that I want you building relationships with those kids. We're putting in some time in helping them out and encouraging them and being there for them. And the other part of that is I really am wanting to hopefully keep some consistency to the coaches that they're seeing as their homeroom coaches per se. Now, on the schedule, you'll see that it says arts and crafts, brain gain. It might say indoor sport, outdoor sport, what kinds of things that you're going to specifically handle. And in that time, you're not moving with your alligators, bobcats, or cheetahs. You are staying with the activity. Now, I'm hoping this is not getting too confusing, because I really, once you see it, I think you'll really understand how it works. The LITs will move your groups for you, and they've been assigned to groups as well. And they'll move them, the alligators, from, say, special to outdoor sport, or from arts and crafts to brain gain, or from indoor sport to arts and crafts or something. So they'll be moving your kids. You're going to stay in the room that is designated for that activity. I know there's a ton of changes, guys. I'm really sorry, but I really think this will help streamline things. So make sure you're taking attendance by name. Abby, here ma'am. Finley, here ma'am. Teddy, here ma'am. Make sure they say here ma'am or here sir. That's building culture also. Get their attention. We are the best. Boys and girls, hands on your head. Say yes ma'am. Hands on your shoulders. Say yes ma'am. Hands on your hips. Give me a wiggle. All right, let's have a seat. We're going to take attendance. Yes ma'am. And they will have fun and be able to do a lot better during the day, because you're building that culture of fun, respect, and good listening skills. So the next tab is cleaning. You'll have your cleaning checklist in there. And then it goes into our activities. So every single one of you will have tabs for every single activity, but you may not have activities in there for that day or that week. So Cheyenne, because of her schedule, she's going to be mainly focusing on special, arts and crafts, and brain gain. So all of those activities are in her binder. She doesn't have outdoor sport. She doesn't have indoor sport. She just has the activities in her binder for what she is doing that week. So if you see, she's got her special stuff in there. She has her arts and crafts in here, and she has her brain gain. Now, the cool thing about arts and crafts, I know that some of the older kids get a little bored with some of the kids that we set up for oh, sorry, Cheyenne, I just bent your thing. For the younger kids. So in arts and crafts, there are these really cool little sleeves that have alligator, bobcats, and cheetahs. So they are divided up based on their group and how many you need. I think this week I put in a lot in the alligator group. I think I put 50 in there just in case, and you have extras, so if you need to fill time, you have that. But I think there's 15 bobcats, 15 cheetahs, and I think I put 25 of the alligators. So you have plenty. You shouldn't have to call Coach Samantha for some copies, okay? The very last thing that is in all of your binders is a report section. So you have reports right here, and the reports that you have are the accident reports, obviously. So if somebody gets into it and has an accident, and you have to put a Band-Aid on them or something, or I don't know, something crazy happens, we always want to make sure we do an accident report. They can be written up by you and given to Samantha at a transition time. You don't always have to call Samantha on the walkie and because you're filling out an accident report and putting a Band-Aid on somebody's toe, okay? I mean, if there's really a problem, yes, please call her. But if it's just a little cut and they need a Band-Aid, you put that on, you write up the accident report, and everything is good. So you'll have your accident reports, and then you'll have incident reports. Incident reports are when they get into an argument and you solve it. So say, I don't know, we'll use the usuals. Kaiser and Wesley got into an argument and they were really mad at each other. Blah, 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 and he called me a poopy pants. So that is not something that you need to call Samantha for. That is something that you're solving, you're taking care of, and it's an incident. Now, we don't have to write up everything. Every time they get into an argument, we don't have to write it up. Every time they have a disagreement, we don't have to write it up. But we do have to write it up if something happens. Wesley called me a poopy pants. Kaiser pushes him. Now, if he pushes him and he's just mad and he just kind of pushes him, that's a kid. Kids will do that. That's not hitting somebody. He didn't haul off and hit Wesley. He just pushed him. Now, if Wesley got hurt, obviously that would be a behavior report. But if he just yells at him or pushes him a little bit, we just talk to him. This is a type of incident where we want to talk him through it. We want to work with him. Kaiser, that's not how we treat our friends. Wesley, are you okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. What happened? And give each child 5 seconds to talk. Boys, I'm going to give you each 5 seconds to talk, okay? Let's have Kaiser go first because he must have been really mad to push his friend. And if you talk to them about being friends and not wanting to hurt each other, that's when they're going to see you as their friend, not getting in trouble. If you're, Kaiser, what are you doing? Stop! And start yelling or sit down, sit out. Those things are going to create more problems for you during the day, during the week, during the summer. Because they're just going to think you're going to yell at them, just like their mom and dad. So, Kaiser, what happened, buddy? Why'd you get so mad? You have 5 seconds to talk, okay? And he goes and tells, all right, your 5 seconds are up. Let's hear what Wesley has to say. He has 5 seconds. You can give him more, 10 seconds, whatever, to talk. And then make sure that you're asking them, do you think this is something that we can resolve respectfully? Is it something that we can say, well, maybe we want to share that? Or I'll go ahead and take that since you guys are arguing over it. And then we'll bring it back at free time or we'll bring it back at Kid Cave and see if you guys can share better. All right, I want you to go here. I want you to go. That's an incident. That's something that you had to have a good talk with them about. That's an incident. We want parents to know that we're talking to their kids and helping them work through problems. Behavior reports are totally different. Behavioral reports are behavior that is unacceptable. They are hitting each other. They're in a fist fight. They start screaming and yelling profanities and rude things to each other. They steal something. They break something. They kick things over. You will know when it's a big incident that it needs to be a behavior report. That's when you call Samantha. That's when you get on your walkie and say, hey, Coach Samantha, I need you. There's a behavioral issue that I need your help with. And she's going to grab her behavior report clipboard and she's going to walk back there. Because on that clipboard, it has the behavior reports that she's going to write up. And there are 3 things that we do about them. 1, we have a parent conference. 2, we will dismiss or we will suspend them. whether it's for a day or for a week. And 3, we will dismiss them. If it's an ongoing problem and it keeps happening, we will need documentation of it happening and what we did. We need those steps in there so that we can dismiss kids that are not a good fit. So make sure you look over this video a little bit more, maybe listen to it a couple times. Samantha will be able to answer any questions that you have on your binders. I think these things are going to go really, really easy. And then on the back of your binder, since we went front to back, is an actual rotation schedule. I know you guys keep popping your head into the office or keep trying to find Samantha or sending an LIT. Hey, what is next? What do we do next? I know it's been kind of hectic and crazy, but this shows the schedule, the overall rotation schedule for all groups. If you take a look at this, it has snack. Everybody's in snack at the same time. Culture building, everybody's doing their announcements at the same time. And then we go into outdoor sport. We have 2 activities, and then we have lunch. We have 2 activities, and then we have snack. We have 2 activities, and then we go into checkout. So if you see on this schedule, snack, culture building, they'll rotate outdoor sport and special, go into snack and downtime. Then they have 2 activities, indoor sports and arts and crafts and indoor sport, go into snack. Then they have brain gain and kid cave and brain gain. When we do those activities, A1 and A2 are together, but at separate tables. They don't mix up. A1 is with A1. A2 is with A2. We have bobcats and cheetahs together, but at separate tables. Bobcats are with bobcats, cheetahs are with cheetahs. We don't mix up. They don't get to sit anywhere during the activity because that's when we have the problems. Samantha and I worked really, really hard on putting those groups together so that you didn't have the problem kids together. We know that Nadia and Emma and Avery do not mix together well. We know that. The only time that they really should be together is maybe playing indoor sport a little bit together, maybe being outside together a little bit, but you'll have enough coaches that you can keep them separate and keep your bobcats separate from your cheetahs, your A1 separate from your A2. So make sure that you're working really hard on that new system. I'm going to take a pause real quick from going over the binders, and I'm going to show you our new schedule and something cool that I got too. I'll be right back.